For a breakup, there comes a moment when your ex suddenly realizes that you are no longer a given in their life. It's when they sense you are drifting away, that you can find happiness without them, and worse, that if one day they want to come back, it might already be too late. When you accept the breakup with calmness, silence, and apply the no-contact rule, you not only force them to face the reality that the relationship has ended, but also show them that you are strong enough to move forward without trying to fix what they broke. In that silence, the loss of you becomes clearer than ever, and what happens next may make them question their own decision. If you want to learn more about post-breakup psychology and how to shift the emotional dynamic, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss helpful videos about love, breakups, and rebuilding relationships. Let's explore strategies to master your emotions and elevate your value in the eyes of your ex together. Number 1. They need to experience a true breakup. A true breakup is one where you no longer act as their safety net. It's when you don't help them learn to live without you easily. You don't hold their hand under the guise of friendship. You don't text them constantly or show up to remind them you're still there, always waiting. Instead of making everything light and easy, you walk away decisively and let them face the consequences of their own decision. Why is this important? They were the ones who chose to end it, right? Yes, but breakup psychology isn't that simple. When they left, they assumed you would always be there as a safe option. Deep down, even if they won't admit it, they believed you would still want them back. To them, the breakup felt more like a pause than a complete end. This belief gives them comfort and fuels their confidence to move forward without fear. They do whatever they want, spend time with whoever they choose, because they're sure that if things don't go well, you'll still be there to welcome them back. Still, absolutely, and beyond the concept. When you walk away completely and do nothing to help them avoid the feeling of loss, you shatter this assumption. You force them to face an empty reality. They no longer have that guaranteed option. They have to experience the consequences of their decision, and that becomes a critical moment. They will start to question, did I make a mistake by losing them? Why aren't they still here as I thought? Did I underestimate their value? Your silence not only makes them realize they no longer have control over you, but also awakens a fear, the fear that you will move on and find happiness without them. It is at this moment that they begin to see your true worth and understand that the love you gave them was not something to take for granted. When you don't rescue them, when you don't fix what they broke, they truly feel the loss and may realize they made a big mistake. Sometimes, the best way for them to realize your value is for you to walk away and show them you are strong enough not to stay where you are not appreciated. Number 2. Create a clear path back, but not an easy one. Many people misunderstand that creating conditions for an ex to return means you have to chase them, continuously check in on their emotions, or leave the door wide open. You might think, shouldn't I make this harder? Yes. Creating a path doesn't mean doing everything for them. It means doing nothing at all. Through your silence and resolve, you show them that if they want to return, it is up to them to repair what was broken, not you. Put yourself in their shoes. When they ended things, they walked away with the belief that you would always be there, a safe choice, a backup plan if their new life didn't turn out as expected. They may never admit it, but deep down, they thought you would do the work for them. You would send texts, ask questions, prove your love, and forgive them unconditionally. This belief allowed them to leave without truly feeling the pain of losing you. However, when you withdraw completely and don't give them an easy escape, you create a significant shift in their mindset. They start to realize that if they want you back, they will have to take responsibility for their decision. They must face the loss, question whether they made a mistake, and most importantly, lower their pride, apologize, and put in the effort to win you back. By doing nothing, you eliminate the ambiguity in the breakup. the uncertainty of who will chase whom or who will make the first move. When you don't try to hold on, everything becomes clear. If they want to come back, they must act. This also removes their psychological procrastination. Instead of assuming you will keep trying until they simply have to say yes, they feel real pressure. If they do nothing, you will move on and they will lose you for good. This psychological shift is vital. When you make everything easy for them, you unknowingly encourage them to think you will always be there, that you will never leave. This diminishes their sense of urgency, and they never have to face the reality of losing someone important. When you pave the way by showing up and expressing hope, you are training them to forget you because you've ensured they never truly feel the pain of a breakup. Instead, when you stick to the no-contact rule, you not only make them experience the emptiness, but also show them that the path back exists, just not through your pleading or easy forgiveness. They must walk that path on their own. This is not punishment, but an essential lesson. If they do nothing, they will lose you forever. So, let them truly experience the breakup. Show them a clear path, but you are not the one clearing it. That is their responsibility. This not only makes them appreciate you more, but also fundamentally changes how they see the relationship and your value. When they feel the loss of you, that's when they truly understand what you mean to their life. Number 3, when your silence makes your ex truly feel the loss. Haha, coffee. They are faced with an uncomfortable reality. You are no longer there to try to hold on, fix things, or reassure them. You have disappeared entirely, like a mystery in the silence. And it is this silence that completely overturns the dynamic of attraction in the relationship. Hebert superimposed a timer on the program, and the video ended when Pat thought, "You were able to obey the order." At the time of the breakup, the one who initiated it, the dumper, often carries an invisible sense of superiority. They believe they are in the power position in the relationship. This mindset comes from an assumption: if they still want you, you'll be there. If they leave you, it means you are less desirable than they are. This is why they leave with confidence, thinking they can live better, assuming you will do nothing but hope for their return. But what happens when you shatter that expectation? When you don't hold on, don't chase, and don't do what a less desirable person might do, like begging, pleading, or trying to impress them to win forgiveness. In their eyes, this is not only unexpected, but confusing. How can you walk away so easily? Did I underestimate them? Do they have someone else now? At this point, their mindset begins to shift. Instead of seeing you as a backup plan or someone weak and clingy, you gradually become an alluring mystery. Your confidence and silence create an unspoken power that makes them question whether you are truly as less attractive as they believed. Perhaps you are their equal. Maybe, because you no longer care to hold on to them, you are even more valuable and attractive than they thought. This realization shakes their pride. Your ex won't notice this immediately. At first, they will look for signs from you, a text, a call, or an action proving you are still there, waiting. But when they realize you have truly disappeared, that you are living your life confidently and fully, fear begins to creep in. They fear that you've recognized your worth and are moving forward without them. They fear they made a huge mistake in thinking they could easily leave you behind. Making them confused is not the ultimate goal. I understand that you don't want to win your ex back just because they're confused or scared. But sometimes this psychological shift is necessary for them to see reality more clearly, that you are not easily replaceable. This loss will teach them a deep lesson, that your love is not something they can take lightly, and that your value is far greater than they ever realized. So, accept the breakup with self-respect and confidence. Let them face their own decision. When you stop trying to fix what they broke, you not only change how they see you, but also shift the entire dynamic of attraction. And that is what gives you a better chance to win them back, not because you begged, but because they realized losing you is something they cannot accept. Number 4. Your silence makes them unable to stop thinking about you. Many people worry that applying the no contact rule will push their ex further away, make them explore other options, or forget about them faster. In reality, the opposite is almost always true. When you disappear, when you choose to let go completely, you're doing something they didn't expect. You force them to stop and wonder, what's happening? Why aren't they chasing me? The psychology of the person who ends the relationship, the dumper, often carries a false sense of power. They believe you'll always be the safe option, that you'll be there, silently waiting, ready to take them back if they change their mind. This makes them feel no need to worry or doubt their decision. However, when you walk off the stage, when you don't beg or try to hold on, you force them to face something they weren't prepared for. You are no longer their backup plan. This disrupts their thought process. Initially, they may feel a sense of relief, free from pressure. But as your silence stretches on, insecurity begins to creep in. Why haven't they reached out? Have they forgotten me? Did they find someone better? It's this ambiguity, this mystery you create, that makes them unable to stop thinking about you. They begin focusing on you not because you're clinging to them, but because you've become something they can no longer control. Your silence is the loudest statement. I won't stay where I'm not valued. Interestingly, people are often drawn to what they cannot have or what feels uncertain. When you stop acting like someone weak and unattractive, someone willing to do anything to win them back, you suddenly become unpredictable and captivating. In their mind, their image of you begins to shift, no longer the person they took for granted, but someone independent, confident, and possibly with better options. This ignites a fear in them. Did I lose something valuable? Could they really find someone better than me? With the start, when they ended things, they placed you lower on the scale of attraction. They confidently believed you'd always be there, with no real competition. But when you disappear, they're confronted with the reality that you might be happier without them. And this doesn't just confuse them, it stirs up their fear of permanently losing the chance to get back with you. Many people tell me, I didn't think I had a chance. I applied the no contact rule, I stayed completely silent, and I even thought they were dating someone else. But then, out of nowhere, I received a message. They called me and wanted to meet. I'm not saying this will happen in every case, but it happens far more often than you think. And the reason is because you didn't play by the rules of the breakup. You didn't act like someone abandoned and desperate. You walked away with calmness and self-respect. That makes them drawn back to you. They focus on you because you're no longer predictable. Your silence makes them curious and anxious. They begin to ask themselves, what is he doing? Where is she? Who's with them? At this moment, their attention shifts entirely to you, while you continue moving forward on your own path. They didn't think about this when they ended things. They assumed you'd always be there, waiting unconditionally. But when you prove that you are strong enough to let go, you not only make them realize your value, but also break every thought they previously had about the relationship. This is how you make them truly feel the loss of you, and that's what makes them start questioning their decision. Number 5. The important lesson you teach them for now and the future. When someone tells you they no longer want you in their life, the most mature and powerful thing you can do is respect their decision and walk away. You don't force yourself where you're not welcome, and you don't try to fix what they broke. This action is not weakness or giving up. It's a clear declaration of self-respect and belief in your own value. It's when you affirm to them, and more importantly to yourself, that you are strong enough to leave a relationship that no longer values you. If the two of you reunite in the future, and this happens often when you follow this advice, they will never again think of breaking up as a tool to manipulate you. They will remember the moment you walked away with confidence, without begging or pleading. Instead of assuming, I can just break up and they'll chase me, do anything to win me back and treat me like royalty, they will understand that you are not that kind of person. This is incredibly important for the future of the relationship. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect and equality, not on one person's control or power. When you choose to accept the breakup, you send a clear message: I am not a pawn in your game. I will not beg for love or stay where I am not appreciated. This action makes them rethink your value and understand that you cannot be manipulated by impulsive decisions like a breakup. Furthermore, this helps you establish healthy boundaries in the relationship. If the two of you face challenges in the future, they will no longer see breaking up as a tool to test you or force you to change. They will know that if they let go again, you are strong enough to walk away without looking back. This makes them think more carefully about their decisions and take responsibility for their actions. If they feel confused and decide to end things with you, that's their choice. But you will do nothing to make them feel comfortable or secure with that decision. You won't give them the reassurance that you'll always be there, waiting for them to come back when they feel lonely or need a confidence boost. When you firmly walk away and maintain your silence, they don't just feel the loss of you, but also face the reality that you are not easily replaced. Sometimes, your self-respect is what makes them realize you are far more valuable than they ever thought. And when they realize this, they will learn an important lesson. Love is not something to test or take lightly. That is when they will truly understand how much you mean to their life. When you accept the breakup, maintain your calmness, and respect yourself, you don't just create an opportunity for your ex to realize your value, you also build a strong foundation for your own future. Silence is not a manipulation tactic. It's a way to affirm that you are confident and valuable enough not to cling to a broken relationship. That is when your ex truly feels the loss of you and begins to question how they underestimated you and the relationship. If they come back, it's because they realize you are not a safe option or a backup plan. You are someone they could lose forever if they don't cherish you. And if they don't come back, that's okay too. Because in this process, you've created a new path for yourself, a path of strength, self-respect, and growth. Regardless of the outcome, you are the winner because you've learned to love and value yourself. Remember, sometimes silence and letting go at the right moment are the strongest statements of love and self-worth. Don't chase anyone. The right person will find their way back to you. Live your life brightly, independently, and with pride, because when you become the best version of yourself, the best things will naturally find their way to you.